It's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, May 20. And I'm gonna check and make sure we're good. We're good. I'm showing. that's been a problem at times. All right. So let me. Oh, hi, Carrie. Thank you for joining me. So I can see comments. We're all good there. Good morning, Jamie. I'm so happy that you're here. So, and I love that it's sunshiny today. Just making sure that I'm in the camera well here. Maybe I need to take it down a little bit. I love the sunshine today. It always helps my my videos be better and less shadows. Morning, Nancy. And I just love the sunshine. It's wonderful. So, let's see. I'm trying to think if there was something that I needed to share from last week, but I can't think of anything. So I will just start sharing. Oh, there is something that I would. Oh, I know. So, I'll have to mention this again later. But mentioning two things. First of all, my olive flutter. That's the butterfly stamp set. First of all, I'm using it. Hi, Marlene. First of all, I'm using it again today for one of my projects. Secondly, my Dazzling Card Club. Morning, Jennifer. The registration ends Sunday. That is the Dazzling Card Club is to each of 4 designs, and you get $25 worth of product too. So you get usually designer paper and an embellishment and ribbon. I'm changing it up a little bit this time. But that is what you're getting, and you're definitely getting. Sorry, I needed a drink already. You're definitely getting my current favorite designer paper, which is the Beautiful Ordinary Life. That's what it's called. And actually, I'm staring at it right now. I finally, those of you who know that I have designer paper in my designing my phone case. I have a clear case. I got this idea actually from my team member Sherry Leach a few years ago. I've had one design in there that I loved. I don't even remember the name of the design paper at the time, but it's not current anymore. And I kept every now and then I'd look at it and go, "Oh, I need to turn it something current." Well, now I have a current. I have the stripes from Beautiful Ordinary Life, and I love it so much. I was a little disappointed to throw away the piece that was in my phone case. Um, I'm like, it's the coolest paper that was in there. It's the one that had all the checks, all the different colored. I don't know. I don't remember the name. I don't remember. Anyway, I was really disappointed to throw it away, but I knew that it needed to happen because it had been in my phone case for a few years, so it probably, wasn't good to put on a card to give to someone else. That sounds kind of gross. Anyway, all right, so I do have my randomizer set up this morning already. And I'm going to switch over to that really quickly. So if you're new to me, if you haven't watched me before, I always call it a randomizer. So I give away the projects that I make. And oh, that reminds me, I have chocolate for somebody. From last week, I give away the projects that I make from the week before. And all you have to do is engage with me. Either while we're live, you can chat with me and comment and stuff like that, or if you watch the replay later, you can comment and stuff there. So then I add everybody's name into a website that is a comment picker, is what it's called. But I call it a randomizer because of the show Tournament of Champions. Suzi Hustwick is my first one. I thought it was somebody else. It keeps like stalling on somebody and then moves to the next person. I almost called out somebody else's name. Congratulations, Susie. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna see you though. I just saw her yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to. I'm not gonna say she gets the chocolate. If somebody else out of town gets the chocolate, um, where then I'll give it to Susie because she's just gonna have to wait like a month or something. She's been coming to stamp with me when I go to Marge's. Janine Woodhull. There's another one. Actually, she was the one that almost stalled on. Um, so I don't know when I'm gonna see Janine either, and she doesn't live all that close. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to give it to Susie the next time that I see her. And so, Janine, you won the cue card that I'll be sending you. All right, so that's the deal. So, thank you everybody for engaging with me. I'm going back so I can see comments now. Thank you everybody for engaging with me while I'm live. It makes it so much easier to do this. I feel like, even though I can't see your faces, I feel like I'm here with you. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So I mentioned that I had a couple things that I wanted to say. Did I tell you hi, Marlene? I think I did. I think I said hi to everybody. Sometimes I miss people, like especially if I'm on the randomizer or going in between things or something. Every now and then a comment will scoot by me that I never saw. So if I ever don't acknowledge you, it is not. It was not on purpose. I'm so sorry if that ever happens to you. Um, so anyway, so I told you about the Dazzling Card Club. So the dates for the club are next Thursday and Friday. You need to register by Sunday. Secondly, I have a club that has some that it's a stampers club or a hostess club, which is different now because everybody gets their own host rewards. But I have a club that has some openings in it. So it's always this club always meets every other month. It's the odd months. The second Tuesday of the month is typically what we do. So we have a couple spots. Okay, good. I'm glad. Thanks, Marlene. You know my short-term memory while I'm live, also, so that doesn't help. So it means the second Tuesday of odd months. So the next one will be July. I don't know the date. Um, every now and then I'll have a conflict, like if I'm going to be out of town for on stage or something like that, that I have to change things. But that's in general what we do. So if you're interested, you just have to place a $25 order to be able to come to the class. And of course, it's fun to get together with everybody. So let me know if you're interested. Good morning, Deanna. I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so I'm ready to turn the camera down and I'm going to show you what I'm gonna be working with. I put in my message on Facebook that I was gonna be working with our product of the month, which is I forgot the name now. Berry Botanical Vellum, specialty designer series paper. I'll show you that in a minute, but I'm gonna turn it down. So Carrie, close your eyes. I'm dropping, pulling it close, locking and spinning. So if anybody else has a problem with what do you call it? With like that you get dizzy or something like that. I'm sorry I don't call your name out, but when you hear me say, Carrie, close your eyes, that means you close your eyes too. Because I don't have a computer program that will just automatically do it. So I just do it manually. That's what we do. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the vellum. So when I first talked about this, I didn't realize it was vellum. So I don't know if you're a vellum lover or not, but vellum, first of all, it's cardstock quality. It's not flimsy vellum, but you can see through vellum. So I don't know if that's a good thing or I don't know. This has a lot of design on it. So anyway, it's pretty. So there's not a backside to this because it's see-through. So there's this one and this striped one, and then this one's a lot like the first one, a little bit different. And then this one is definitely peaceful pine and obviously polka dots. Speaking of which, Dot's not here yet. She missed it. All right, so I want to tell you the colors in here in case you couldn't tell. If you didn't know, on the back of our designer paper, there's always the list of colors that are in here. Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, Misty Moonlight, Peaceful Pine, Soft Sea Foam, and Strawberry Slush. So that sort of helps you to know how to coordinate things if you're matchy-matchy like me. All right, so I told you I'm going to be using Olive Flutter today, just for one of the cards. I keep wanting to show you. You know what? Okay, so here's part of the thing. Um, Part of the reason why I've been using all of the Flutter is because I want you to know about the Dazzling Card Club. Another reason is I love this stamp set. And a third reason is so many of the stamp sets that I got from the new catalog are word sets. so, so I need images. But you know, I'll work with it. And I have more in mind. I always have more in mind to do. So Olive Flutter is what I'm using for the first card, and I'm going to grab my pieces here a second. Okay, so I'm starting with thick basic white, and I'm going to stamp my butterflies first. So I'm using the Fresh Freesia that's in here. It looks kind of deep here, like this almost looks more like Highland Heather, but I do want Fresh Freesia this time. So I'm going to use the completely bold. Oh, first of all, I should go back to this. Glad to see you using all of Flutter because I don't understand how the three stamps lay together. Oh, man, I thought I've shown that like crazy. Well, first of all, let me pull the third stamp. No, I'm just going to show you from here. First of all, I don't put all three of them together. Usually I just use this set of three if I want it to do it singly. If you saw my I don't know how much you pay attention to my blog posts. I know you did, but mine didn't turn out too well. Okay, so first of all, if you saw my blog post or the post or email that I sent right after my video last week, I realized when I was taking pictures that I used the wrong stamp, and I don't know that I have the card. Well, I know it's here somewhere, but I couldn't possibly find it right now. At least I don't think it. Oh no, I see part of it. Just a sec. All right, I'm gonna show you in person the two differences, but I have to get up for a second and go get the card that Janine wants. Just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so last week I made this card, and on mistake I used the completely bold set of three butterflies. What I meant to use, can you see that they're just the bold ones? What I meant to use, and this is what I posted last week, was this one where there is some design on the butterfly. So this is how I personally tend to use it is if I'm just going to use a butterfly by itself, then I want this design. Like if it's for a background or whatever, I want this design here. So this is how I use it. Okay. Now, one thing that will help you, and I actually just changed this last night. One thing that will help you, let me start with the punch, because the punch matters. So whenever I use my punch, I use it upside down. And if you pay attention to the punch, you notice that this bottom butterfly is tipped to the left a little bit. That matters because of how you're going to go into your cardstock to punch it. So it would be helpful if you also put it on your block that same way so that the bottom butterfly is tilted to the left a little bit. Okay. I tend to, I undid this at my last club on Saturday. I tend to line it up so that the butterfly is straight here, and then that doesn't help me. That makes me stamp straight, and so then it's harder for this to get in. So then I also needed to change this one because it'll help me remember it's tipped sideways. So I have them both on the block, tipped to the left a little bit, the bottom one. Okay, does that make sense? So that's your starting point that will help you. So I'm going to, oops, there's something on here. Like a big chunk of plastic or something. All right, so now I'm going to ink this up. Now I'm not going to, see, not just by it being in my hand like this, it's going to stamp it tipped a little bit rather than straight and then have me have a hard time punching it. So I'm going to go straight down with my fresh freesia. I'm holding it well. Whenever there's a big bold stamp like this, you want to press well. You don't want to squish it. You don't want to rock it. You just want to press it. Okay, so my butterflies are there. And I'm going to close this up. I think I'm going to be done with this for now. I had a fingernail break and I had to cut it way down, and now it's hard opening those cases, or closing them actually is what's hard. Okay, so now here's my, it doesn't matter what ink that you use, but I have been using, since it's already stained and horrible, I have been using the hybrid black. By the way, tip, don't clean your ink pad with rubbing alcohol. That's what happens. I was spreading all this. It's not good. Didn't make me happy. All right, because I got ink on it, so I want to clean it off. Good job. All right, so I always test with this hybrid pad because it doesn't like photopolymer very much. And you need to stamp right away. Okay, so now I have it on the block approximately the same way that I had the other. And there you go. So you could also do this. You don't. I went back and forth deciding whether I wanted to stamp it on white. Add the fresh freesia and then add the black on white, or I could have just stamped this detail in black on fresh freesia cardstock. But I decided that I wanted a little white behind it. I don't know why. That's just what I wanted. So now I can tuck this in. Now it's not perfectly tipped. Like if I were to go in straight, it's not perfectly right. But then you just tip it a little bit. But because it is tipped a little bit, I don't have to cut cardstock off trying to get the correct I don't know, cutting. Did that help, Jennifer? Okay, now I want my, of course I hid it from myself. I want my silicone mat. There it is. I always think that I'm all good. And I'm not. Okay, I'm going to make the butterflies fly today, so I'm going to bend them in half. Ooh, they're already flying from my fan. Probably doesn't help that I just bent them to fly and make them lift more. Okay. Now I have my piece here. Okay, so I started with, so all three are not layered. Just choose two of the designs to layer. Yes, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, this is too much detail for this, if you ask me. Um, Nothing really lines up with this. Um, I don't use them that way. I tried it one time and it just didn't do anything special. So I've just been sticking with these two together, or this one on color, or obviously you can stamp this and then color it in. That's what I did on, I think this one I used the shimmer brush on this butterfly. And then this one I just use all by itself. That's how I use it. I don't know how others do it. Okay, so I have my butterflies here, but I'm not ready to put them down yet. They need to stay together and not fly away. So I have my vellum, and what I want to do is I'm going to tear it. Vellum tears very differently than cardstock. It's very particular. Like, you need to have your fingers right with it, and it's going to tear exactly the way that you pull it and not interpret what you're trying to do with it. So be careful when you do it. Okay, so this is going to go on here. Now, one thing that I really like about this colored vellum is, you know how usually you can see your adhesive through vellum? Well, it doesn't matter so much when this booger on there. I use the put the adhesive on wherever there's color. So I'm not using tons, but I'm not putting it on the white at all. I do want to sort of get close to the edge though. I don't want it to not be stuck on the edge. So I'm not sure there's any rhyme or reason with how I'm doing this other than I want to get it where there's some color. All right. Now we're going to pick this up and put it on here. Lovely. Okay, I was trying all three together and they look like evaluating us. I would agree with you, Jennifer. That's too funny. Okay, so now what I want to do with these butterflies, I'm doing this a little bit differently. Last time I tried to have them fly, I did it differently. This time, what I want to do is I'm going to use a dimensional on one side and then adhesive on the other. We don't want any evil moths, Jennifer. All right. This one needs a much tinier piece because it's a smaller butterfly. Put this here. Put adhesive here. Oh, and I want it to be on different sides. I don't want them to all be on the same side. So that one's going on the right. And adhesive on the left. Okay. Now, we're going to put these down. So peel the backing off. So what I'm doing is laying it down on the adhesive that I have and then just pressing it down a little bit on the dimensional side. Oops, that's too close to the edge. Okay, if you have something that you put down on mistake, that you need to pull up, twist it it comes off more easily. It will save your card for the most part. Now, sometimes if you press it too hard, then it's really hard to do still, but I'm going to put that there. Oops, I forgot to pull the backing off. That doesn't work well. Okay, so there, see how my butterflies are flying? I love it. Good morning, Marcia. I'm glad that you're here. We've missed you, but I certainly understand things going on. All right, so now I want just one little path. Oh, where'd they go? There it is. Just one little path for this butterfly. All right, and, oh, I guess I need it open. I'm using the word friend here. All right. So I have friend. I need my scissors. So we demonstrators have the opportunity to pre-order items that are going to be online exclusives July 1. And we're finally getting back. They're not calling them paper snips, but they look like paper snips. I think they're called detail scissors, something like that. So they will be available July 1. So if you have lost yours, have been missing yours, these are amazing. Okay, so here's my friend, and we're just gonna put this in here like this. Okay, and then one last thing, I gotta find it again. I buried it. Thought I had everything set, and then of course I buried. There. So I want a little bit of, you know what? I want some sparkle on the butterflies too. So I'm using Wink of Stella, not the glimmer brushes. I feel like it would be silly. First of all, I don't have a fresh freesia glimmer brush, but if I had used one of the colors that was available in the, oh, I keep calling them glimmer. They're shimmer brushes. If I had one of those colors, it would be sort of silly to do color on color, so it doesn't make sense. All right, so adding a little bit of shimmer here. And then I felt like I needed something still, like embellishment wise, and I wanted it to stand out a little bit. And so what I chose was, I know the shimmer brushes are cool. What I chose was these very pearlized, they're called actually Pearls of Beauty, I think. Yes, Pearls of Beauty. They're an online exclusive, by the way. I just wanted something, I'm not sure I like that there. Looked better on the other card. Well, anyway, that's the card. I wanted something to stand out a little bit, and it doesn't stand out quite so much with so much white here. I had on the dark, there was darker color over here on the last card. Anyway, so here is my card. Just really simple, but uses this pretty vellum. Oh, so quick reminder, did I tell you this Berry's, forgot the name again, Berry Botanical Vellum. This is a product of the month. So it's vellum, Marcia, by the way. You get 3 each of 4 designs, and it's, so if you place a $75 order, you can buy this for only $5. So cool deal. Okay. All right. So next card, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my next card until I saw my piece sitting there. I'm using this for my next card. I love having two cards come from one original design. That always makes me happy. I feel like I don't know what I feel like, but I just like it. All right, so I'm going to. These are my other two pieces. So I'm again starting with the thick basic white, and I'm showing you two more things. Well, three more things that I'm going to be using, but so this is a stamp set called. It is nice for spring. This is a stamp set called Sending Salutations. I think it was one that we got free. Well, part of your experience at Onstage. Um, Sometimes I know words are hard to read, so I'll just read them to you. Congratulations on your achievement. I'm here for you. Cheers to you. I hope all things wonderful are headed your way. Sending best wishes for health and healing to a marvelous person on their birthday. Wishing you a bright and beautiful future. Here's to a new chapter. Thank you so much for your friendship. I don't know what I would do without, no, I don't know what I'd do without you. And I truly appreciate all you do. So I'm going to be using this stamp set. And so I'm going to start with that. And I'll show you what I'm doing with the next. Okay, this time I'm using Memento with this one. I'm not staining all my stamps, and I'm just not fully switching. Okay, so I'm still going to test it just in case, but firm foam works definitely better with this. And by the way, this is oh, do you know if the Stampin' Mist cleans the new black hybrid off the stamps? No, it does not. Well, okay, so just let me stamp this while it's still wet, and then I'll talk about that in a second. So it definitely that said stays on, definitely stains. Oh, by the way, these are the Nested Essentials dies. We've had these for a while. And they're still in the catalog. So the hybrid pad is, well, I don't know what chemicals mix it, but it's called hybrid. I'm just saying because it's a mix of Memento and StazOn, and StazOn definitely stains. And this is my block, even after cleaning it. Now I don't know if you're quick enough and you immediately clean it if it would come off. I don't know. That's what we were instructed to do if we had used it with StazOn before, but I have not read anything or heard anything that we're supposed to do that. I don't know if it dries out the stamps. That was why with StazOn, why we needed to do it, because I actually found out the hard way, or too late, that like this sort of words where it's really skinny. I had a stamp set like that and used it with StazOn and didn't worry about how long it took before I cleaned it. And then it started chunking, like chunks of it would fall out because like it became brittle from it. So probably the sooner the better it is to clean it, but we've not been given any instruction about that, and I've not tried it immediately once I'm done. So I don't know. That's the information that I have. Okay, so I have congratulations on your achievement, and I have my vellum here, and there's one more thing that I'm going to use. I'm using the stamp set addressed to you, and oh, I forgot. I wanted to take this off because I want to show you. All right, so this is a really, photopolymer can be really floppy and not formed the way that you want it. So what I did, and then to try to put it on your block and line it up, that's sort of difficult sometimes. So what I do is I take my case and I line my stamp up on the image. Now you can't do it if it's a not 100% image, like if it says shown at 80% or something like that, then that doesn't really work. But this one works, so we're gonna pick it up right off the image. So that's how I get it to line up for me. All right, so I'm taking fresh freesia again. We're gonna stick with this, and I'm gonna ink up this stamp, and I'm gonna go right here. By the way, for those of you that are new, I ran this through my machine with dyes. Huh. I was thinking of somebody who might be new watching soon. So I ran my cardstock through with the die cut down through a machine that it's a die cutting machine. So I'll have to show that another time, but I did not show that this time. I showed it last week. All right, inking up again. So I'm making a background is what I'm doing, if you can't tell that. We're gonna go here. And then we're gonna do one more. I think I want to change this. There we go. All right. We're gonna go with that. I don't remember if that's exactly how I did it on the other one or not, but that's what we're doing now. Okay, so taking our multi-purpose, our green glue. Some people call it green glue. I don't know why I always call it the multi-purpose. I call it the official name when I don't usually use official names. Again, I'm just trying to add the glue where there's some color so you don't see it through the vellum. We're going to put this here. And then we're going to, oh, I should close this too. And then we're going to attach our greeting here. I used the congratulations if I didn't tell you, or if you didn't see it well. One here, two here. This, like this. And then there's one more thing that I want for this. So I'm going to use these butterflies. They're just called 2026 to 2028 in color butterflies, but they're butterfly embellishments, obviously. And it's in colors, so I don't have fresh freesia here. And but this Barely blush can be purpley enough or pink enough to just go with it. So I'm putting 2 large ones, not that they're very big, 2 large ones on here. And then I'm going to put 3 small ones. Oh, so that's the outside. I forgot I did the inside. So I had this in mind for like a graduation card. So congratulations on your achievements. And I'm going with you could put in here's to a new chapter. That would be cool. What I ended up doing was wishing you a bright and beautiful future. Oops, I'm going to test it. Firm foam is so much better. just really simple. Okay, so we'll email a project sheet tomorrow with both of these cards and the measurements that you need. I know, it's cute, right? Can you see them? I love them. They're fun. So I will send you a project sheet with both of these cards because obviously you want to make both of them. But if you would like the pieces, the kits for both of these cards, if you place a $30 order from me by Saturday, I will send you 2 of each of these. So two cards of each of these so that you can do them. Obviously, you need the stamps, but you'll have everything else that you need. So, I think that's it. So, quick mention. So pretty. Love how you used. I know. I love making background stamps from other kind of stamps. It makes me happy. But thank you. I'm glad that you like that. Thank you, Marlene. So quick heads up. I will be. I like how you know right away where to put your embellishments. I hem and ha. Well, I usually try to be quick on my live. That's just sort of what happens, and sometimes um, I may look at it and go, I don't really well, like I did on the last card. I didn't really like it as well when it wasn't on the dark. So yeah, you just do it. Okay, quick heads up. Thought you weren't live today, so I watched last week's. Oh, hi Dina. Sorry. No, I am live today, and I'm live next week. That was what my heads up was going to be. I will not be live the following week. I will be on my incentive trip, and I'm going to have a special promotion that week while I'm gone. It will be that I will be doubling your Stampin' Rewards if you place a $60 order with me during that time. I won't be able to double it until I'm back. I think I said that I will. I'll make sure that I do it by the 15th of the month. But so let's say you place a $60 order, you get 10% of your order back, so you get $6. Well, then I will give you another $6. So I think it's 10%, right? Now I'm suddenly not sure. So I will be live next week, then not the next one. It's going to be every other week for a while. We'll not have to watch this week's live on YouTube. Yes, you will. I don't know if it will be available. It's not available until I get it edited and whatever, and it takes a bit for me to get to that. So it'll be later this afternoon when you get your email. Anyway, so I'm gonna be June is a busy month of travel with me, and every other week in June I'm not live. So next week I still will be. So just keeping you informed about that. So thank you for joining me today. Remember to sign up by Sunday for Dazzling Card Club for using the butterflies actually. And I will see you again next week. Have a great week, and I will. Oh, have a good Memorial Day weekend too. Yeah. So I'll see you next week. Bye.